Should you stay or should you go? Hi, I'm Don Stuike and I'm coming to you from Drain Valley, Alberta, Canada. So that's the question. Should you stay or should you go? And just before I get any further, if this is your first time watching me, welcome. Glad to have you guys on board. And if you haven't checked out any of the other videos, I highly suggest you go to my past posts at Don Stuike on Instagram, or you can go to IGTV and you can find the videos there. And I'll just take a moment to wave to everybody. Hi, Triana, Will, and Steve. Good to have you guys on board. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check me out. So, that's the question. Should you stay or should you go? And what do I mean by that? Well, every once in a while, we do come to a point in our lives when we have to ask the question. Should we stick around in a situation or is it time to go? And usually that can refer to a job, a relationship, or a living situation. Every once in a while, we have to take stock of where we are and ask ourselves, if we just made a few changes here and there, would the situation improve or would it not? And that's really good. That's really a good question to ask yourself, because sometimes that's all it needs is a change. Sometimes if it's a matter of a job situation, maybe you need to do different tasks, or maybe you need to be in a different department. Or maybe there's just some communication issues you need to work out with a supervisor or with a coworker. If you can do that, then perhaps your situation will improve and you won't have to look at going. Likewise, in a relationship, if you're in a relationship, say, with a significant other, and you're finding that there's friction and tension, sometimes it's a communication issue. And sometimes all you have to do is improve the communication and try to understand each other better, and sometimes that fixes the problem. Or maybe you need to get a different perspective on things, maybe some time alone, maybe some time away, where you can be alone and you can really get to know each other or rejuvenate the relationship if it's gotten into trouble. Sometimes that can help. And as far as a living situation goes, sometimes, like I said, it boils down to communication. Maybe you need to communicate with the people that you're living with that certain things need to change or certain boundaries need to be established. And sometimes that fixes it. But what if it doesn't? What if there's no fixing the situation at work? What do you do then? What if there's no fixing the situation with a partner? What do you do then? What if there is no fixing the living situation with the people you're living with? What do you do then? At that point, a good question to ask yourself is, if I stay in this situation, what's going to happen, say, a year from now, 2 years from now, or 5 years from now? If you can see where it's going and you don't like where it's going, and changing things is just not feasible, then that might be a good time to look at a change. Then it might be a good time to go. And the one thing I would say about that is, if you're going to look at going, try to map out where you think you'd want to end up. If you're unhappy in a job, think about what you would want to do instead. If you're not happy with your partner and you've decided that relationship just isn't going anywhere, you may want to think about what qualities or what kind of a partner you would be looking for. And if the living situation isn't working out, or if you just don't like the neighborhood you live in, for whatever reason, think about where you would want to move to. What kind of living situation would you want? So anyways, I thought I'd leave you with those little tidbits for today. And like I said, if you haven't seen the other videos, I highly encourage you to go check those out on my Instagram posts. My account is Don Stuike, or you can go to IGTV and check out the videos. So until next time, I hope you're all doing very well, and I'll talk to you again real soon.